Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery, and I know I'm a little bit late. We had to close up the store and get some things settled down here. I hope you're all having a great day. What day is today? Wednesday. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. We've been very busy. Whew. We added some of the Gemstone Luxury Bead Blends to the online store today. If you didn't see those, please go check them out. There are very limited quantities of those. I posted on, I feel like I'm too close to the camera. I posted on Facebook, and I did not, I don't think, post on YouTube about those yet. So if you go to our Facebook page, you can see those, or if you just go to our Allegory Gallery website, allegorygallery.com, and I'll put that up here real quick for y'all. You can go there and go to the latest editions collection. That's the, if you go to the shop tab and drop that down, the very first one that pops up, I believe, is latest editions collection. And you can see all the new things that we've added to the online store. In case you've missed anything recently, please do check that out. It has a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff we've been adding recently, including Andrew's artwork. That if you did not see these, Andrew showed these off in his video yesterday, Let's Get Fruity. That was the video he showed, and he talked about his inspiration and about him painting these wonderful little things. These are probably one of my very favorite series that Andrew has done. I'm just showing you the ones very quickly of the ones that are left. We have sold a number of them. People seem to be really enjoying these. I think this pair is one of my very favorite ones. I'm actually really surprised it's still here. But yeah, look at that. Aren't they cool? And the mango. So if you've not gotten those or you've not seen those yet, please do head over to the website and check those out. Andrew's been working really hard. He was painting all night again last night, and he started a different kind of series. I don't know if I can say anything about it yet. I asked him, he said I finished one. I said, can I show it? And he says, not yet. So there are more to come of different things that he's doing. These, however, Strange Harvest is the name of that collection, that series of paintings, and it's one of my very favorites. Like, it taps into all that nostalgia from my grandparents' house. And like, my grandmother did ceramics. My grandmother on my dad's side used to do ceramics, and she taught ceramics. And I remember, like, she used to have these grapes that we would, and they remind me, where is it? Of Andrew's grapes that he did. Yeah, like these. And I think they even had this on the actual piece that we had. And I just think about those and how they, you know, I maybe it's like a false memory, but I even remember her putting faces on them. And it may be, like I said, a false memory, all that, you know, stuff jumbling together, but it just brought back so many memories, and I love these paintings. I think they're so whimsical and so much fun. They're a great gift. They're $75 each only, which is a really good price for the amount of time. Sometimes he'd spend an entire evening on just one of those. So yeah, if you like those, please visit our online store, allegorygallery.com. Look at the Strange Harvest collection. And check those out. And if you missed his video yesterday, you can just go back on YouTube or Facebook and check out that video. I think he called it Let's Get Fruity. So you can check that out and listen to a little bit about, he digressed some, as we always do. We're known for that, I think, by now. But he talked about some of his inspiration and what went into those paintings. So please check that out. I'm going to see who's here with me. Mary Ann is with me. Thank you for joining us, Mary Ann. Hello, Norma. Hello, Lorraine. Lorraine, I sent you an email earlier today. I don't know if you've gotten it yet, but I wanted to make sure. There's a weird thing that happened in our shipping system, and I don't know if you got that email from us or not, but if not, send me an email. I'll try and send another one to you. And I don't know, I sent an order out to you because I specifically remember doing it, and it's still saying in our system that it never shipped out to you. So I don't understand what happened. I can't find the tracking number. We can replace it. It's not a big deal, but I want to see if you got it. So please check that. Check your email if you haven't yet today. And let me know when you get a second. Hello, Susan. Hello, Janice. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Anne. Thank you all for joining us today. Lots of people out there on YouTube. We appreciate that out there. I also spent part of the day. So I put the, sorry, I put the gemstone luxury bead blends into the online store. So if you didn't get those before, we did show them on a live, but if you missed that live, because we do a live every day, right? It's easy to miss a few. So if you did miss those, they are now in the online store and you can purchase those. The last chance gemstone sale is ending on Friday, 11:59 p.m. Friday night. That's Eastern time. So if you wanted any of those gemstones and want to save 15%, use discount code LASTCHANCE in your shopping cart. If you're on our email list, you should have an email about this as well. But that sale is ending soon. So there are some nice gemstones in there, and they're individual strands in that collection. So there's only one of each left. So if you like what you see, get it before someone else does or before the sale ends. So that's happening. We have, I've been going through our YouTube videos, and you know, this is all like, some of the stuff is like when you get a second, you try and squeeze it in, right? So in YouTube, there's a lot of customization we can do. Like if you watch YouTube videos a lot, you'll see a lot of times like at the end of the video, things pop up that you can click on, whether it's to go to another video or to go to the channel or go to a playlist. And all that stuff has to be manually added. And I was doing it pretty well before, and then I just forgot, or, you know, didn't think about it. And so now I spent some time today going through and putting those in, because that helps us. If you've missed something, you can go back and maybe you'll see something you missed and click on it. Or if it's somebody new, especially on our YouTube channel, it helps connect them to other things we do. So I'm trying to connect the Live at 5s to other Live at 5 to the playlist. You can click on the playlist or it'll come up with a video. And what I didn't know we could do, but we can now do, is we can also, the things we show in the videos, if they're in the online store, I can make a link on the video that comes up here. I think it's here on my screen. And you can go to that link, which will be super easy to help people understand how to get there. It happens at the end of the video, so you gotta watch till the end of the video. But if people do watch to the end of the video, you'll get all these links that come up. And so, you know, it's trying to keep people within the system and keep people watching our videos. So we appreciate if you share our YouTube channel and let people know that we go live here. We do get a little kickback from those ads, which is great. Nice passive income from that. We don't get a lot. It's not enough to like pay the electric bill or anything, but it's a little bit right now, and hopefully we will grow. And the more and more people who subscribe to us, hopefully we will continue growing. So we appreciate all of you watching out on YouTube. We don't forget about you out on Facebook too. We love Facebook too. It's just trying to keep up with everything and build everything so that if one of them goes away or one of them something happens, we have the other one as well. You know, not all your eggs in one basket, right? So I was working on the YouTube stuff a good bit today. I'm going to probably continue that tonight maybe. And then I don't know. Andrew made some good dinner last night. Made some mashed potatoes and some, I think he was talking about the black-eyed peas. He did make more black-eyed peas last night. And so we had that for dinner, and we're gonna have that for leftovers today. So here's to saving some money on groceries. Don't have to get some today. So that's always a plus. And let's see here. I'm trying to keep track of time because I think I said in this video we're gonna go to 5:30 chatting, and then we're gonna get showing this stuff. So, you know, we always like to give a little bit of time for people to tune in. And I know that that's hard for some people because they don't like to hear all the talk, but I've been trying to put in my descriptions when I go live what time we'll actually start the video. And even if you're doing a rewatch, you can kind of gauge, because we always go live around 5 generally. So if it says 5:45, skip about 45 minutes in, or half an hour in, depending on where it is, if you don't want to listen to all the talk. But hopefully that's helping those who don't like to listen to all of that. But I know most of you do, who watch us live especially. So if that's helping, please let us know in the comments. What else? It's been a whirlwind. It's been a whirlwind day. We did add the extra, I think it was 5 paintings. I showed them earlier that Andrew showed you yesterday. There were some ones that weren't in the online store yet. I added them late last night. Some of you already grabbed some of those, so thank you. But if you didn't and you were waiting for it and wondering when they were going to go in the online store, they are there now. So if you saw any of those paintings that you wanted yesterday, you can check the Strange Harvest collection. There's a link right at the very top of the website, and then the collection is pretty close to the top as well. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Susie. Hello, Suzanne. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm a little scattered today, you can probably tell, because I kind of got here a little bit late, and then we've been just doing stuff, and it's like a blur. I did some stuff at home, I did some stuff here. Really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get some stuff cleaned up before we completely lose our helper in the store. So I'm spending some time. This was the next to the last day. Sunday is their last day. So I'll be in the store completely after that, every day, all day long. And I wanted to I'm trying to clean stuff up at home. And, because I was lucky enough to be able to do some work at home during this year. And I have to kind of reshift my, not only my kind of time and my perspective, but my perspective to just be in the store and get my mind that I have to do the work here now. So there's some equipment I need to bring in. There's some other things I'm just trying to. So a lot of my time lately has been spent trying to do that and get myself together, so that that I can be here and be fully here at the store, but also get my work done, so that I'm not spending even more time in the evenings trying to do cleanup work and all that. So that's been a little bit challenging, but luckily we had some notice on this, and I'm getting it done instead of having to rush into it. Marion says, we ate mashed potatoes and regular peas with stewed ground round about 3 times per week when I was younger. Yeah. Yep. We had a lot of mashed potatoes and often venison, because my family hunted, and it was free meat. So we ate a lot of that at my grandparents' house, and because my grandfather hunted, my dad hunted a little bit, some of my uncles. So we would do that a lot in the winter. And it sounds maybe flashy, but it's only because it was free meat and it was inexpensive, right? So yeah, but meatloaves and, even depression dinner. My grandmother would make what she called depression dinner. And it was cabbage and carrots and potatoes. And sometimes there would be kielbasa in there. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. It was mostly cabbage, carrots, potatoes, sometimes kielbasa. And it was just boiled together. I don't know. I'm sure she used some kind of stock or something, but because it tasted good. And weirdly, we would put ketchup on it, which maybe sounds weird. I don't know. Potatoes with ketchup is good. Carrots with ketchup, a little weird maybe. Cabbage with ketchup, but it tasted good to me as a kid. And I actually miss it a lot. I just should just boil some stuff and have it. Andrew will think I'm crazy. Marianne says we ate fish rather than game. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of fish around us, so we ate more game. Amanda says, I lost track of time. Hi, everyone. How is everyone? We're okay. We're okay. It's stressful right now. I'm not going to lie. Trying to transition back into knowing I'm going to be here 6 days a week, because I have my other job 1 day a week. So I'll be at the store 6 days a week, from open till whenever we finish these lives each day. And Andrew can't help me because he's going to Tucson, and then we're preparing for Tucson. So he's been busy doing that. I've been busy trying to do things. I don't know, I think he talked about it. Our laser messed up. So even though we got a brand new refurbished, brand new laser, we're still having some of the same issues we had before. And just when we thought, like, we had done some test prints, everything was fine, and now we're back to having problems just when we ran a sale on pendants. So I'm doing them in smaller batches, which means it's going to elongate the time it takes to do them, because I can't just throw them on there and let them go overnight like I was doing in some cases. So I'm doing them in smaller batches, which takes more of my time to babysit it. But we're getting the pendants out. I don't know what we're going to do going forward. We have the laser. I want to continue doing the pendants, but it has been very upsetting. And so we'll see. We'll see. I finally got the settings to work somewhat. They're working enough that I'm getting some pendants out. And we'll see. I put some on before I left today to come down here to the store, and we'll see when I get home if they worked. It's engraving perfectly. It's not cutting them out of the wood. So we start with one big sheet of wood. We engrave the ones, and then it cuts around each one wherever we tell it to cut. And we're using the wood from the manufacturer with the settings from the manufacturer that are supposed to work on that wood. They're settings that are made to cut that specific wood. It's supposed to be, like child's play, and it's not working. So we've written to them, we've posted in the forums. You get the same responses back, and it's a little bit annoying. It's a little bit annoying. So we'll see. I don't know. If we're going to continue doing a lot of pendants, we have to pay off this laser. But if it's not working right, we might try and send it back. I don't know. I like having a laser, but if it doesn't work, it's not really worth it. We'll see. Marianne says no to ketchup. Bonnie says running a laser is tricky. Seems like they need parts quite often. At least that's the case with the big ones we sell. Yeah, ours is a small one. It doesn't need parts, it seems like, often. I don't know what. The problem with it is it's all online. So when we got ours for the first few months, perfect. Not a single problem. Everything was nice and dark. Everything came out nice. We could set it, walk away, and it would be fine. And then they obviously updated some settings, and the settings get updated over the air. This laser has to be connected to the internet to work. So they can update it at any time, and you don't even know that it's happening. You can't stop it either. So at one point, we made a bunch of pendants, and they were super light. And we used the same settings that we had always used, which was their specific settings. And every pendant in that batch came out so light that it was, it didn't look right. They didn't look good. They didn't match the photos we'd already taken either. So we changed that setting. So we permanently, since then, for the last probably 3 or 4 years, I don't know how long we've had the laser, 2 years, 3 years, we've used a setting that is not the setting for that wood that they recommend. And every time we use it, it says, this is not the setting for this wood. Are you sure you want? And we're like, yes, because it's the only one it's what it used to be. And then now there's no reason to change the cut force or the cut speed, but now it won't cut through the wood. So it's just like, as Bonnie said, there's no rep that you can troubleshoot with. You can only post to a forum, and then everybody gives their advice, and you're like, yes, of course I did. Yes, of course I cleaned the lens. Yes, of course the wood was flat. Like, it's just that kind of, and it makes me insane because this used to work. It was flawless in the beginning. And if they would not have done all these updates that they've done, it should still be flawless. This laser is brand new, at least it's newly refurbished. And we got a deal because we bought it refurbished, but you can't have your laser actually fixed. When you send your laser back, you have to buy a refurbished one unless you're within that year warranty. And of course, generally things, in a year don't break down. So it's I'm really disappointed in it. And it's becoming to be more trouble because there's nothing worse than setting up a job and you just have to, because it takes hours to print some of these pendants. And so you wait hours, and then you're just the entire time nervous if it's actually going to work, or if you're just wasting more time. So we're going to work on getting the pendants that everyone purchased for the retirement sale out. And then we're going to see what we do going forward. We have a lot of payments left on this laser, so we're going to have to see what we can do and what they can do for us, because it's not working like it's supposed to at all. So that's that. Anyway, it's past time. We're going to start looking at some stuff. Me complaining the whole time. And says that's so disappointing and frustrating about the laser. I'm sorry. Thank you. And Teresa says, I'm so sorry you're having trouble with the laser. Yeah, it's Bonnie says, so sorry to hear that. The cuts are so intricate and cool. I love our pendants, and I just talked with someone else who had the same brand laser that we do, and they had some of the same kind of issues and customer service horror stories, really. And they got a different one. And so I don't know if we're within our return period for this new one or not, but we might consider that. And the new one they got, they can replace every piece in it. And they have videos on how to replace the pieces if something goes wrong. Ours, if something goes wrong, you have to send the whole thing back and have them fix it. So we're deciding what we're going to do. We're deciding what we're going to do. All right. So today, let's get into this. It's 5:32. Today we are going to take a look at beads from around the world. Now, yes, most beads are from around the world, but these are some specific things. If you watch our videos a lot, maybe you've seen some of these, but I figure we're going to show them off here. And some of these are in the online store, some of them are not. So I have this scrolling at the bottom. And I'm actually going to take away this banner now because these are not in the online store. But down there it tells you can take a screenshot, send it to us at info@allegorygallery.com. And we're going to show you what we've got here. And I love these. I'm again sitting in the store beside the bookcase that all these are in because it's easier. It's easier than taking them all back there and then trying to put them all back out here as nicely as they're already here. So we're just going to leave them here and look at them one by one. So if you see anything you like in this video, take a screenshot of that. You can also use the SKU. I'm going to give you the SKUs, but you need the SKU and a very good description. Make sure you give me the title too, because if you just say 12361, for example, that's one of these, but then I got to come out to the shelf and look through every single one to find that. So if you're doing 12361, please also tell me that it's Moroccan pottery beads, and I will be able to find those much easier. But the easiest way is a screenshot. Please send those at high resolution. Don't let your email client reduce them into tiny sizes if you can prevent that. A lot of them, as you hit the send button, it'll say, do you want to send these in full size, in small, medium, or large? Do large or full size, please, and in that way I can zoom in. Because sometimes when I get photos in email from requests like this, they're so small that one, I can't see them, and when I zoom, they just get grainier and grainier. So send them to the high res. Send high res for me. Okay. Since I said it, let's flip this camera around and look at these Moroccan pottery beads. Let me move this. Let's flip this. And let me stand up so I can see my menus. All right, here's my little stand with my African indigo mud cloth, and this helps us white balance a little bit, I've learned. So these are 12361. They're different sizes. Obviously, they're handmade rose. They're made out of rose Moroccan pottery beads. These are $1 each. They're just very cool, from Morocco, handmade. They're $1 each no matter what size. You know, we get them this way and we just price them out, cost them out. But we have 5 of these available, rose Moroccan pottery beads. The holes on these are pretty small. They're made for beading wire more than anything else. You might be able to get some 1mm leather in some of these, and some are a little bit larger, but they're mainly for beading wire. And like I said, they're just really pretty. Handmade rose Moroccan pottery beads, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, $1 each. And some of these aren't from around the, well, they are from around the world, but some of them are also inspired by places around the world. These are Neolithic inspired. They're carved amber pendants. And these are done in Indonesia. Neolithic inspired carvings on these amber pendants. These are $15 each only. $15 each. It's hard to see some of the carvings. This is flat back. This one, the hole's at the top there. But just Neolithic inspired carvings. And these are wonderful little amber pendants. This is 3165 Neolithic inspired carved amber pendants. These are our larger size. I think we are out of the smaller size, so these are the larger ones. $15 each. 3165. 3165. Then we're going to get into some African beads, and if y'all got the, oh, my tag fell out of there. If y'all got the TGBE Midwinter Market Mystery Kit, that was our first global adventure kit going to Africa. So we had African and African-inspired beads in there. So if you want to add to that kit, we also showed you a few days ago some African glass beads. I think that was on Monday. We have those in the online store, so if you missed those, definitely check those out. But we also have some of these. I have multiple African beads I'm going to show you here today. And if you want to grab any of these, you can do that as well. These are African trade beads. 12772 is the SKU, and they're only 25 cents. 25 cents each. So be sure you tell me how many you want if you send us those emails with those. These are little rondelles or coins, whatever you want to call those. 12772, 25 cents each. Suzanne says African beads are so cool. They are, right? So we're going to go through a lot of African beads today because we have a lot of beads on this shelf that are from Africa or African inspired. Like this whole bowl. So we have a few strands. Let me move this. We have a few strands that you can buy them by the strand. These are 3181 is the SKU on these. They're $10 a strand. And these are Ghana African glass beads. So we have this strand available. My little table's a little wobbly today. So we have this strand available, and we have this strand available. If you want any of those, you can get it by the strand. Also then, we also have these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the SKU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have all these different types of African glass beads. You can either ask for an assortment, or you can pick them out in a certain colorway if you want. But these are all African glass beads. They're 50 cents each only. 50 cents. So lots of different African glass beads in there. And it's just a mix. If you want a whole mix, we can send you the mix. You can just put a little baggie together if you want. But they're 50 cents a bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the SKU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 come up a lot. because we have other bowls of these. So if you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, please definitely take a screenshot and let me know which of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. Like that 12772, these ones I showed you at first, there are more of those as well. So screenshots really help because we've separated them into, because of their look, but they're all the same price and they came in with the same batch. So definitely let us know which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 7, 2, or 1, 2, 7, 7, 2, etc., that you want. All right. Bonnie says those are my jam. Right? They are amazing, and a lot of these have you can see large holes. So 2mm leather through most of this is just fine. Most of these are going to be able to fit 2mm leather or the equivalent just fine. All right. So there's that. Now, here's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they are slightly different. See, get the white balance here right. I'm going to dump these out a little bit. So we have some in here that are like this, not too many of them. Bonnie says, I just figured out how to screenshot on my iPad. Power button and the volume up. Power button and the volume up is usually a screenshot, or if you have an Apple Pencil, you can swipe the Apple Pencil from the bottom left-hand side, the corner, swipe up from the bottom left-hand corner, and it will take a screenshot with the Apple Pencil. See, I use Apple stuff. I can tell you how to do it with Apple stuff. Other devices, I don't always know. But Apple stuff I can generally figure out or tell you. So this is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are also 50 cents each. These are green glass, orange glass, and then green glass with some white on it. And the green and the white, I think we only have 4 of those. The other ones we have multiples of. If you like those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Send us a screenshot. And again, if you are on Apple, I know Apple is one of those mail clients that will ask you, do you want to send this photo full size, small, medium, or large? Or I think it says original size. Use large or original size when you send, please, because that really helps. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, again, is the SKU for these, 50 cents each. This is the same SKU as the ones before. So if you wrote down just the SKU, please also take a screenshot so I know which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you want, or else you might get the wrong stuff. And I don't want you getting the wrong stuff. I like this little blue and this, I think it looks really nice. I've been using it for photos lately. We used it before and then we stopped and I don't know why. Okay, here's a 12772. This is more of the 12772. These are 25 cents each, just like these were as 12772. But these are stripy, or they look like they have little faces on. Oh, it looks like Andrew's kiwi. Where's his kiwi? Did you see his kiwi painting? Where is kiwi? There it is. There they are. Oh! So, yeah. So anyway, so these are 12772, 25 cents each. We have a number of these. You can either do the little orange, white, and blue striped ones. You can do the little face ones. I think that's mostly what we have here. There's some, and there's this one too. All right. And they're all different sizes, of course. They're African glass. If you know African glass, you know that the sizes often differ from bead to bead. But the holes on them generally are good for 2mm leather or bigger a lot of times. These are very large holes, right? Amanda says, I love the rustic look with these beads, right? Yeah, there's some old African glass. Some of these are older. Norma says, the kiwi painting is my favorite, right? Isn't it cool? I think it's still available. So if anybody wants to grab the kiwi painting, definitely grab it. It's still available, and it is one of the favorites, I think. Okay, this is 12772 also. These are more little rondelles, African glass. These are brown, orange, and a little bit of greenish blue in there. And some white, of course. 50 cents each. 12772. Beautiful little beads, also 25 cents each, just like all the other 12772s. More 12772s. I'm just going to leave this here like this. So these are a unique kind of hole. They have the hole through the center, but they're longer. And I love this look. When you strand these together, you can strand them like this if you want. And you get this kind of layered look. And if you strand them tight enough together, they'll stay like that, or else they might flip-flop a little bit. They are like a little bit wider at the ends, so they do actually crisscross, and they don't really turn much on most of these. So you have that style, you have this orange kind of color style. Some have dots, some have lines. And then you have some of the green and yellows. Not many of the greens left. Not many of the greens left, but green and yellow there. So that's also 12772 and 25 cents each. So as you can see, if you have the Midwinter Market Kit for our TGBE mystery kit that we're going to work with, and you have, which is also the first of the global adventure kits, which is African inspired, going to Africa. We have a lot of beads. We did all the glass bead strands, I think it was on Monday, that you can purchase in our online store. And so we have those if you want to do additions to that kit and make it bigger and use it for larger necklaces or multiple necklaces. We also have all of these in store that you can write to us and request by sending us a screenshot and requesting these ones that you want and the number of them that you want. So you can expand that kit in many, many ways. Okay, more 12772. These are really fun. They look like little gears or stars. And we have them in various colors. And these are ones, they're going to be hard for you to say, I want this color, because they're all different kind of. Some of the reds have brown on the back. Some of the reds have yellow, orangey on the back. Some are just, they're all different colors. And so it's a little bit hard, but if you like these, they're 12772. They're 25 cents each as well. Just take a screenshot, send us a screenshot in email to info@allegorygallery.com. Let me know how many you want, and I will pick them out for you. If you do have a color story you'd prefer or a colorway you'd prefer, let me know, but I can't guarantee that we'll have it or that we'll have enough of it. But just know on these, especially like these ones, that they are, different. There's not all a lot. There's a good bit of this kind of red-brown one, but other than that, anyway, you know what I'm saying. Marianne says funky Fruit Loops, right? These are just fun. I love these. I don't know why we even have these still. I think they're so much fun. Because you don't see stuff like that. Like, I don't see stuff like this very often. We got these a good many years ago, and I have not seen these since. So there you go. 12772, 25 cents each. You can tell by the price, 25 cents. We got these a good long time ago. Because right now, African trade beads are not that inexpensive. Last time we tried to buy African beads by the strand, it almost became prohibitive for us to try and buy them. The prices were so much higher than they used to be. These are 12773, and they are a little bit larger, and they are $1 each. 12773. And that's all I've got of those. There's 1, 2, 3 that look a little different. And then the rest of them are this style here. 12773, $1 each. $1 each. Still a great, great deal. All right. Again, if you go to our TGB Midwinter Market, which is the first global adventure kit, these are a great add-on to those. If you didn't get one of those, this is a great way to buy some of these, and then you can still play along with African beads with us. Still a lot of fun. So we just have a few of these. These are 50 cents each. These are old. They don't even have a skew. There's only a few of them left. So if you like these, grab them. They're 50 cents each. I love these. All right. Trying to leave them out there long enough for you to get a good screenshot. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and these are more of the like chevron beads. These are 50 cents each. 50 cents each. These are like, they have a light, almost like a light pink color, some reds, some black with the red. Beautiful little chevron beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 50 cents each. 50 cents each only. Just send us an email at info@allegorygallery.com with screenshots. Sometimes when I say screenshots, people don't send them. These are going to be incredibly difficult for me to know what you mean if you don't send them. So I will just write back and say, please send a screenshot. I'm sorry to have to do that, but it is going to be impossible for me to figure out which African beads especially you want if you don't send a screenshot. All right. How's everyone doing? Are you enjoying these or are you bored? I see our numbers are going down, so maybe people are bored. I don't know. Our numbers have not been high lately. Andrew's a little disappointed his numbers for yesterday weren't that high, which I don't know what's going on lately. These are large vintage African trade beads. These are probably almost antique at this point. These are $12 each. We have 2 of them available only. These are beautiful, beautiful. These have like little flowers in them. 4342 is the skew on those. 4342, $12 each. Nice, big, beautiful, vintage African trade beads. These are the kind of thing that it's going to start to get to the point where these are going to be, they probably should be more money already. But these are, you know, the kind of collectible ones if you want to start collecting. Anne says, I love this. These are the favorite types of beads for me. I'm glad you can make it here today, Anne, on time during the show. I know a lot of times you have to watch the replay. Lorraine says they are cool. Susan says very nice. Bonnie says yes, love them. Suzanne says yes. Thank you. I'm glad you like them. Please do remember to share this video. Give us those thumbs up if you're on YouTube. I know it's easy to start watching a video on YouTube and forget to do the thumbs up. So please go do the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like us. And also please share. Share on Facebook, share on your social media. I'm going to try and put these, I'm trying to kind of get these together in the same kind of look for you all so you can see which are which. These are a little bit different, but they're similar enough. So there's kind of 3 styles here. They're all a little different. This is 434, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4341, I'm right. 4341. And these are $10 each. Jermaine says, I'm here, but I like it, but I need to watch a replay because I'm doing chores at the same time. I get it. I get it. Marianne says, these are very Moorish Islam design. Yeah, I could see that. Norma says, I missed on the live yesterday due to being out and about, not from lack of interest, but I will get to the replay. Thank you. Yeah, I know a lot of you watching the replay, especially if you missed it. We appreciate that. It's just hard. Like, we see the numbers. Like right now I'm broadcasting to 3 locations, 2 on Facebook, 1 on YouTube, and we have 16 people watching in total. Which you would think in a group of 12,500 some people, you would get more than now 15 people watching at that. It's just so strange. It's just so strange to us. You we built the TGBE group with Sarah of Softflex, and it's just so strange that out of 12,000 people or so that's in that group, we have 15 people watching live today, and we're broadcasting to that group today. So I don't get it. I don't understand. I think it's all in the Facebook thing, and what they allow people to see and know is happening at the time. I know most of my Facebook, I end up getting notices after things happen that they're actually happening. Many local businesses and things that do events, Facebook shows me the event literally like an hour after it already happened, after it was done. And I get that enough times now that I believe it's not coincidence. It's like, oh, here you go, you missed this. Aren't you sad? And that's what I feel like Facebook does. So I get it. But we do, please share. That really helps us a lot. Bonnie says, yes, that happens a lot, right? I don't know why, but it does. And it's enough, like I said, that it's not just a coincidence. Literally, they are showing me the event on purpose after it's over for some reason. It's like, you missed this, ha ha. Wouldn't it have been nice if you knew about it? And I think they do that because they want small businesses to pay. If you pay to promote, of course they'll show it, and they will actually tell you. I don't know if you have a small business, if you know this, but they will ask us to boost our post, and they will tell us literally how many people could see it if we boost it. They'll be like, oh, show this to 240. Yesterday I did a post. 241 more people will see this if you pay to boost it. And we have 8,000 people on our Facebook page. And out of those 8,000, 241 more inside of that 8,000 than the 20 or so that will see it anyway, will see it. So we have to pay to show it to our own people, to have Facebook notify them or put it on their news feed. And it's just so hard, and which is one of the reasons we're moving a lot of things to YouTube and trying to work with YouTube a lot more. Anne says, I think the numbers are strange too. I do have to watch the replay often, but it's more fun to be here live. Yeah, I like it when everybody's live. These are Nigerian brass beads. Nigerian brass, 3015. 3015. They're only $3.25 each. These are older, which means these should be more money right now. But they're $3.25 each. If you want any of these, take a screenshot, send it to us at info@allegorygallery.com. That information is scrolling on the bottom of your screen. So I'm not going to try and say it as often as I have been, but it is there if you'd like to purchase any of these. Amanda says YouTube is much more user-friendly. It is. We're finding that out. If you subscribe to YouTube and you hit that little bell, which I'm going to encourage you all, please hit that bell if you haven't. YouTube will send you a notification on your phone and in your email that we're going live. It works really well. They actually send it. I get it every single day that we go live. So I know they're not picking and choosing who to send it to like Facebook does, or notifying people after the live is over. YouTube tells you when somebody goes live. So if you turn notifications on your phone for YouTube, it's much more reliable than Facebook. Much more reliable. These are Ethiopian brass beads. They're $1 each, which is an incredibly good deal. I look at some of this stuff and I'm like, there's no way you're going to get these for that. I don't know how we got them, that we could, because I know what these cost to buy in a strand now. Yeah. So these are $1 each, 12773. Bonnie says, it's interesting, in the old days before Facebook, you had to run ads in newspapers, TV, radio, or magazines. I worked for an ad agency for years, and retailers paid big bucks for ads. Yeah, I know. We're lucky that we don't have to in a lot of ways. There's a lot more ways to reach out now. We used to run ads, not ads, we used to put our name in lists in the beading magazines for bead stores around the country, and they'd break down each state, and you could put your name in there, and we'd pay to do that. And that was better than any ad we had ever run, because we get people who say, oh, I was traveling and I looked in Bead and Button and they had your name in Pennsylvania, so I came by. It was really good for us. But yeah, so we are lucky in some ways. But also in the time before Facebook, I think a lot of communities supported their local shops more too. And you couldn't get things out in the wilderness as easily. So I think bead stores had a much better, walk-in presence and a much better presence in general from their communities and their local neighboring communities, because if you had a bead store, you were where people went. People didn't go online to buy stuff. They didn't find things through social media. So it is a give and take. It is definitely a give and take. And we're lucky with the technology we have, but with the technology we have also brought we got inundated with so many different businesses and so many different things going on. So there are good and bad to each. There's good and bad to each way of doing things. And right now, there's no going back. So we are where we are and we have to make the best of it. So we try to make the best of it, and we ask y'all to please share. We share our stuff like crazy. My personal timeline on Facebook looks like it's the business timeline, and I kind of hate that, but because I would rather be showing you pictures of cats and flowers and things that I like to do and take pictures of. But to stay in business, right now there's not much of a choice. Marion says YouTube is the better of the two platforms. I think there are give and takes. YouTube is definitely less social, which is good for Facebook, but video-wise, YouTube, of course, is ahead. They're very much ahead. Susan said, I just had the most beautiful sunset, but I'm back now. Nice. Show us pictures. I hope you'll post pictures of it. Anne says, I always looked at those bead store lists in the magazines anytime I went traveling. Yeah, we all did, right? You wanted to see the bead stores. You wanted to go and support them. So there are two different kinds of these. So let me separate them a little bit for you. These are 12773. They're $1 each. And these are also Ethiopian brass. Bonnie says, so much competition now too, but I love you guys. We love you all too, and we thank you for your support. We know you can get beads everywhere now. But we hope that the way we do things and the purpose behind what we do and the quality that we put out into the world is what brings you to us and keeps you with us. Susan says, I used to rely heavily on the late beloved bead mags for bead store info. I know. It's been to the point that both Andrew and I love magazines, and we've thought about doing our own, even if it's a digital magazine. But the amount of time and investment that takes with a two-person operation that we are most of the time just would be so difficult. But we would love to put out even a digital magazine of stuff. And all the knowledge that Andrew has and all the ways that we could explore technology with the magazine, I think would be a lot of fun. But we got to get bigger and we got to sell more stuff if we're ever going to do that. Susan says, I will post pics. Nice. Amanda says, I love the bead store lists in the magazines. I don't know if I said that already, but sorry if I did. Yeah, they were great. They were great. It was great to have magazines. All right. We have more African pendants. I know, Africa. We have more African pendants. These come in shapes of some kind of creatures. That's not one. That's in the wrong bin. So some wild creatures. This is like a two-finned creature it's got going there. These are down here. It's one of those. African pendants, 2981. These are $6 each. $6 each. Let me add some space so you can see that there. $2981, $6 each. Amanda says, where on the AG website is the Bead in the New Year calendar? I can't find it. The Bead in the New Year calendar is in our blog. So if you go to our blog, if you go to our website, hit the blog tab, go to, I think it's on page 2. It's the very top of page 2. So scroll through the first page, read those blog posts if you haven't, and catch up with what's going on. But you can get the calendar on the blog. second page, top post. I don't think I added a blog post since then. And you can download the calendar using the link inside the blog post. Trying to get people to visit the blog more often. Trying to get the people to visit blogs more often. Because blogs are a great way for us to put out information for people to see and not have to keep sharing and posting it over and over and over and over again. So if we can get people coming to the blog more often and using that as a resource, I think it would be an easier way for us to push information. So watch our blog, everybody. Right? Diane says, oh Lord, don't do a magazine. The therapy team puts one out and no one knows how to actually make a magazine. So it's a hot mess putting it together every time. The fall edition just made it out like last week. Yeah, we kind of know how to do it. I've worked in a publications department for a good chunk of my working life. Or did things like this. And Andrew, of course, is an artist and learned how to use a lot of these applications. And so it wouldn't be so hard with designing it and putting it out. Andrew, I think, was the editor of his newspaper in high school too, and worked for a newspaper, I think, for a while. I was the editor of our, we did a magazine, did we call it Kaleidoscope? Magazine in high school too, and I helped put that together. So we are, it's been a long time, but we've done that work. But it's just the time that it would take to research and get people subscribing and get people to send us things. And I think I would love, if I could just run a magazine, I think I would love that. But that goes with my love of printing presses and pens and paper, and I would love that. Even more than like the podcast we do, I would love to do a magazine. But we just don't have the time right now. It would be the time. Bonnie says, today is Sorry Silk, and I'm not sure if I will get that done today, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, you can do it. You don't have to do it all on the same day. You don't have to, take your time, make the stuff. If it goes into February, that's okay. It's not meant to stress you out, but if you like the pressure, it's good. Some of us need deadlines and pressure. I work better that way. Okay. Here's some Nepal beads. These are Nepal copper. Some of these we just put in here so people could see, because sometimes newbies don't understand what you do and how you can use these to dangle and make them into a pendant or something. So we did these, but these are Nepalese and they are copper beads, $16 each. $16 each. Diane says, that wouldn't be so bad then if you know what you're doing. Yeah, we kind of have an idea, especially, if it didn't have to be a long magazine, right? It doesn't have to be crazy long, but getting submissions, because we could not write all the articles ourselves. It would just be so hard. Getting the submissions and editing them and taking the right pictures, or having people send us stuff to take pictures of pieces. And it would be a lot for two people. If we had a whole big operation, it would be so much fun. Yeah, we would love to do it. It'd be so much fun. I'd love to go travel the world and show people where things come from and do stories on where beads are made. And it would be amazing. Bonnie says, I was on my high school newspaper, not editor, but was a reporter. How fun was that memory, right? I bet. I don't think our school had, I don't know if our school had a newspaper. We had the magazine that the senior class would do, but I don't remember our school having a newspaper, which seems strange to me. But I don't know if they did back then. Diane says, I don't know that my project for today is going to get done today. I am sewing bandanas. Oh boy. That's good. That means you must be selling them if you're sewing more. Marianne says, combine 2 days into one project, right? There's no wrong way to do Beat in the New Year. You can, the only wrong way to do Beat in the New Year is not to do it at all. But even if you get one done, you've done something, right? You've done more than you may have done. Norma says, don't feel bad. I'm still on earrings, right? I did my earrings, but I didn't do a bracelet, necklace, or anything with Sari Silk. So just been so busy. Marianne says, we just had yearbooks. Yeah, we had the yearbook too. So these are Nepalese silver small beads. 30/30 is the SKU, and they're $13.50 each. Very ornate designs in these. I love these. Beautiful, beautiful beads. Bonnie says, these are beautiful, right? Once these are gone, I doubt we will ever see any more of these. A lot of this came from a buyout that we did a few years ago. We bought out a bead store that was closing, and we have these left right now. Susie says, I'm late to the conversation, but my Facebook feed has almost gotten to not being relevant to me anymore. I hardly see my friends' posts, but get all sorts of weird stuff that I have no interest in at all. It is that way, right? Every other post seems to be a sponsored post for me. I don't see a lot of my friends. I will say that the friends that I often seek out and hit like on a lot, I do see their posts more often. So the more you like something, I guarantee you, if you go through go to your friends, go to our page even on Allegory Gallery, and just like or hit that love, like use the hold down and hit the love. Maybe that matters more, because I love a lot of stuff. I think it's nicer than a like, give that extra boost, right? But if I go through, or if you go through and say you'd hit like 10 posts on our page and just like them or love them, it will start showing you more of our stuff. It's true. And that's what happens. It's just, it's the algorithm. It's going to show you what you look at most. If you are one of those people who lurks around on Facebook but does not like a lot of stuff or love a lot of stuff or share a lot of stuff, Facebook will determine for you what it thinks you want to see then, because you're not telling it. And that is definitely a thing. So if I have a friend that, I feel like I haven't seen in a while, I will go to their page. I will look them up on Facebook. I will go to their page, and I will just go through and start liking or loving their posts 10 in a row if I can. And then they'll pop up for a while on Facebook, and they will go away again if I don't keep doing that. But it's a thing. It's a thing. These are Nepalese silver. These are bead in cone shape. They have holes in the ends. These are $24 each. These are luxe. They are luxe. This one has a dragon on it. I think it's the only one with a dragon. This one looks like it has a flame, a cauldron with a flame. This one has the flame going the other way. So this one faces this way. This one faces that way. And this one just has almost like a Celtic knot in there. There's a knot design. These are $24 each. These are nice beads, everybody. Put one of those, either use it as a pendant or, just one big bead in your strand, in your necklace. These are lovely. This one's small enough that you could probably use it as a bracelet too. Some of these might be big for a bracelet. Although on a guy, maybe not so bad. Or anyone really, if you don't mind big. I only have 4 of those left. $24 each. 3032. 3032. Yeah, so if you're not seeing a lot on Facebook that's tailored to you, do your best to like and love the stuff you want to see. And for a while at least, Facebook will show it to you. I've proven it time and time again with myself by liking friends' posts or finding a friend I haven't seen in a while. And maybe they've just not posted in a while, but if it's somebody that's posting often, go like or love a lot of their posts, and it'll start showing up in your feed again. Marianne says one should hide the stuff you think is not relevant as well. Yes, there's the opposite to that, right? There's the opposite to that. If you hide things or mute people for a while, they will start to show up less and less. Now, this isn't always true. Andrew has literally unfriended people. I've done it too. You unfriend people, you disagree with them, or you block them, and they still show up in your feed as somebody you may know, or it's not perfect, but Susan says, I do the same. The algorithms are a bit weird and frustrating. They are. They are. And you can go through and like somebody's posts and they'll start showing up, and then you'll realize one day they're not anymore. And it's not perfect, but it does help a little bit. Whereas I found on YouTube, YouTube is pretty dang good. If I start watching some videos, they are pretty dang good at showing you the same kind of things or things you are interested in. Ours gets a little messed up because it's both me and Andrew use the same account on our TV, and it's my account. So my stuff gets a lot of extra stuff in there from Andrew watching a lot of his art programs, which I don't mind. I watch a lot of them too, but YouTube, I think, it thinks it's a split personality on that account. But when I used to use it more just myself before we started watching it on TV, it was very good. Very good. Bonnie says, all this stuff you're showing today is beautifully made. Can you imagine how hard these are to make? Yeah, I cannot imagine. I would not want to make these and sell them for $9. This is a Tibetan large bead. 12761 is the SKU. These are $9 each. Tibetan large beads. Let's see, what else do I have? Here's another Tibetan large bead in this mosaic look. I love these so much. There's only 3 left. These are $9 each as well. These are 12761. Same SKU as before. That's a lot of bead and a lot of work for $9. So if you like those, get them. I was thinking about doing a discount today, but I'm like, these are already really good prices, and I can't do much of a discount on these. I wish I could. Bonnie says, Instagram is a Facebook company, but I think they have better content and more of my friends show up there. It depends what you use. Like they are less, I think they show less sponsored content. So I do think your friends show up more, but I have not gotten Instagram, no matter how many times I like somebody's stuff, to be consistent in showing me the people I want to see. And also, they are pretty good on showing you things that you might be interested in, showing you new profiles. I feel like they're great at showing you new profiles, but not so great at showing you the ones you've already, the ones you want to see that you've already liked. I think it's a little bit harder with that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's how I don't use Instagram that much anymore. I used to use it a lot more, and I've gotten out of I still check it once in a while, but I don't know. It doesn't, I've tried to put more of my energy. I like to watch longer content things. So a lot of my energy goes into YouTube for my personal stuff. Susan says, my feed has everything from food and coffee to cat socks, books, and jewelry. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Sounds kind of right. But yeah, I don't know. There's so many to try and keep up with, and we try and do the best for the store. But personally, I've pulled away from Instagram a little bit. We use it for the store, and I'm even getting worse at that because I don't use it as much personally. These are Tibetan beads. They're $9 each, 12761 if you like any of these. Susan says, no, not really. Yeah, I don't know. I think when I go to like the search tab or whatever it is on Instagram, I think what they show me is kind of right, but it's a wild swinging. Like one day I'll look at it and it's all pottery stuff, which I do follow a lot of potters because I'm interested in pottery. But the next day it'll be like all flower, like it's like all or nothing for some reason. It's really strange. It's really strange. And it's not a mix. Like one day it's like they're pushing me toward pottery. The next day they're pushing me because I follow people who have flower farms and things like. The next day it'll be like all flowers on my you may be interested in this page. This is Nepalese horn. These are 3096. We have a whole bunch of these. Some of these we have in the online store, but we have a bunch. Like I can't show you them all, But if you're interested in these, we can send you a Nepalese horn if you like a certain one, or you just want one. Like, look at all these. There's lots of them. There's lots of them in there. So if you like those, some of them have orange at the top, if you like that. Otherwise, most of them are coral and turquoise. I don't know what the orange is. I'm not 100% sure if it's an orange coral or not. Amanda says, I noticed the videos where Andrew makes something has more views. Of course. People on YouTube especially like to watch people make things. People don't like to be sold at all the time. So when I do my selling videos, I know they're going to get less views generally than Andrew's videos. And some of the most watched videos are ones about our town. Light Up Night, when we had Light Up Night in town, it has a lot of views compared to a lot of our other videos. So people do like that, and that's why in 2023 here, once Andrew gets back from Tucson, we're planning on doing more YouTube videos that are not live, and we're going to film YouTube videos for that aren't live, that are pre-made, pre-recorded, and edited for tutorials. That's a big thing that we're planning for this year. So, because those are what get the views. Those are what get the views. But that's the other thing. It's like I said, we have a group of 12,000 some people that we started, and we're getting like 18 views right now. And I'm streaming in that group. You would think out of those 12,000 people, a few more might be available to watch or would like to support the businesses more in that group. So I'm hoping that something changes, but I know it's mostly the algorithms that don't tell people. Like, I'm sure most people don't even know we're going live in the group because Facebook has not told them. Let's see. Susan says, when I get things that I'm not aligned with socially or politically, I have to wonder what the bot brains are up to, right? Yeah. Suzanne says, I keep getting ads for diapers, children's and adult. I need neither, right? It's so weird. But some of that, by the way, these are lapis Nepalese beads. They're $8 each, 3029. I'm showing them and not talking about the beads. I'm just on a rant today. We're all on a rant today a little bit. Let me talk about these before. These are Mongolian brass leafy design beads. They're 3070 and they're $12 each. So what I also learned about the algorithms is that if you visit somebody regularly, like I often stop by my mom's house on the way home from work at my other job because she lives very close to there. If you are consistently stopping by someone else's house with your phone or your tablet, or they visit your house, they will assume that you are kind of friends or family and that you may have the same tastes as other people. So, if you have visitors often, or you visit a certain place often. So Suzanne, for example, if you go to your yoga place and you have the same clients coming in all the time to take yoga, they will start to combine your feeds. They come together and they'll say, oh, these people hang out in close proximity often, and they're around the same location often. I bet they might be interested in some of the same things. And that's where things can get really messy sometimes, because sometimes you're not interested in the same things. But that's what happens. And that's a thing. That's a real thing. Amanda says, oh my, Suzanne, I was having ads for dog stuff. I don't have dogs, right? Marianne says, I do get the notifications from Facebook, but I have to check the list. YouTube pops up on my phone. Yeah. I don't always get notifications from Facebook. So I can't say that that's true for me. We follow a lot of people, and it does not always tell me when all those people are going live. Indonesian glass head bead. Indonesian glass head bead, 2994. That has a huge hole in it. $15 each. I can look through my notifications, and most of my notifications are from the various, 15 or so pages that I run on Facebook for our business, our personal things that we do, and other people's businesses that I help with. And so I don't get a lot of notifications. Like, you would think I should have like 6,000 notifications a day, which I kind of do, We get a lot of them, but it does not always tell me. That's why we always ask you all, when you're on Facebook, please do not claim things in the comments, because sometimes Facebook, with all the pages we run, does not show us the comments or tell us that we have comments on posts. This is $15, $2.994 if you like this little head, two-faced head. Diane says, who is Andrew hanging out with that makes up the weird things pop up on his ads? Who knows? Who knows? Could be, that's the thing too, is everybody gets weird stuff, and it's not necessarily people you hang out with. It's because you clicked on this accidentally, or you clicked on this so they're just assuming that you might like this. It's weird. It's very weird. Like, I follow a lot of clothing companies that make clothes, and sometimes I get recommended for these wildly inappropriate clothing companies. But, that's a thing. That's a thing. $2.996. This is an Indonesian glass vase. $18. Last one left. Helen says, that's creepy, right? Helen says, I think it's even worse because your phone is listening to you. I've had conversations with people, and then ads have started showing up in my Gmail or elsewhere. Yeah, and that can, and they say that doesn't happen. They say it's because, that the person who was visiting you probably was already looking at that because they brought it up to you, but I don't know. I don't know. Suzanne says, I have one of those, so unique, a real conversation starter. These are. I love these so much. I wish I could get more of them, but probably never will. We have these smaller heads. These are also Indonesian glass heads. They're $10 each. Helen says, not searching any words but spoken words in a car with a friend. Yeah, and like I said, sometimes it's because that friend may have searched for it and then brought it up to you, and then you got in the car with them and you were together for the day. So it thinks you might want to see them too. But sometimes I do think they listen more than they say they do. So these are glass heads, $10 each, $2.995. And then we have the big uns. These are Chinese Warring State reproduction beads. These are $36 each. They were supposedly done in colors of the Warring States in China. When they had that, I don't remember what years those were. Was it the 1400s? I can't remember. But these are these gigantic beads. These are heavy. They are glass. These are glass. They're $36 each. But they are definitely a conversation starter, or if you like big chunky things. And these have giant holes in them, so you can put pretty much any material you want to through there. You can see it better. Marion says, so you are the reason I get all those clothing ads, William. I don't know. I don't know. You like my post? Maybe it thinks that you should see the same things I see. I don't know. But I used to work for a clothing company. They didn't make clothes, but they imported a boutique in New York. And I've always been interested in fashion. I was going to show you these. I don't have enough of those to show you. I'm not going to show you those. I used to think I wanted to be a fashion designer, but then I couldn't draw, and it kind of put me off of that idea. Here we have Buddha head beads, Buddha head and Ganesh charms. And some of these are a little bit different in style. I think most of the different ones have sold. Mostly it's these two, the Buddha head, and I just lost the Ganesh. There it is. This one here. These are $3 each only. $3049 if you like those. Susan says, my husband will say my name and then Siri unhelpfully responds. Yes. I don't know. I know my Siri talks even when sometimes when the TV says things that aren't that. Anything that kind of is an S sound, sometimes they will respond, but I don't know. They all are kind of like that. They're all kind of waiting for that word, and you wonder how much they're waiting and how much they're listening sometimes. Diane says, I love these beads. They look like overlapping gobstoppers. Oh, the big ones, yeah. Someday I'm going to get one. Get them before they're gone. I don't know that they're not flying out the door, that's for sure. But once those are gone, we're not going to see more of those. At least I don't think so. These are Thai amulets from Thailand. They've got the Buddha on them. Little Thai amulets. They have something on the back. I can't read it. It's in Thai, obviously. But there you go. Little amulets, $7 each only. Amanda says, is Andrew making more paintings? He was painting all night long last night. All night long. I was asking him about making things for Tucson and what's going on. He says, I'm a painter now. So I don't know if that's what he's going to have in Tucson. I don't know. You know, who knows? Who knows? He's a painter now. And he can be a painter. I wish I could be a painter. I would love to paint, but I can't. I don't have that talent. I know everybody can learn everything. I do firmly believe that, but I think it would take me a little bit longer to learn how to do that. Susan says those Thai amulets are very cool. Thanks. I love them. These are little Buddha heads, Buddha head charms. 1, 2, 6, 4, 5. They're only $1.75 each. These are really nice. They're really well detailed. They look good. They're in this gold color. Really nice, detailed Buddha head charms. For $1.75, you're not going to find much better than that. All right. We have one of these Thai amulets left. One of these, and I think this up here is just a solder mark because they soldered these on, I believe. So this is a Buddha as well. And they all had a little bit of that. So this isn't just left because it had that on it. They mostly all had a little bit of that. They're just a really cool, these are $7 for these Thai amulets. 3081 is the SKU. We have these Buddha charms. We have, I think, 2 left in the gold color. This is Buddha with his belly out. And we have the silver one as well. We have lots of the silver, only 2 of the gold left. These are only $3 each, 3082. Super light. The backs are not designed. They're actually impressed, I guess is the word, pressed out. So these are only good to see from the front. But they're a very cute Buddha with his belly, smiling Buddha with his belly out. More Thai amulets. More Thai amulets. And these are a bunch of Buddhas sitting with their heads together, is what that actual design is. They're sitting cross-legged with their arms folded and their head, and then they point up. So they're all concentrically aligned there. So these are really cool. These are $7 each, 3080. We sell a lot of these. Some of these are in the online store as well. So if you search Thai over there, you might see these as well. I don't know if we have any left in there or not. And then these ones are definitely in the online store. This one's a little mucked up. Let me get a different one. That one needs to be cleaned up a little bit. These are the 4-faced Buddhas. So really, if we go this way, there's that. There's that. And they come in 3 different colors. So there's the kind of coppery, and then the silver and the gold. And these are $12 each. $12 each from Javanese. And they're pretty hollow. These are hollow, so they're pretty dang light. Nice and light. Suzanne loves the 4-face Buddha, right? I love these too. Marianne's not into Buddha personally. See? Some are, some aren't. Some are, some aren't. I like Buddhist philosophy. What else do I have? We just have a few more to go. Just a few more. These are, and you're going to have a hard time seeing these because they're so small, but they're so well made. These are tiny skulls. Tiny skulls. And it's hard for me to even hold them in any way that you might see them. Come on. So, I don't know if you can see that or not. Tiny skulls. They are very well made. Lots of detail. People always express how much they love these when they come in because they are so well detailed for as small as they are. They're only $3.25, and we have them in the gold color and the silver color. And they're both $3.25 each. So if you're looking for a little tiny skull for a bracelet or some earrings, these are perfect. These are perfect. Okay. We have a few hand-carved bone tubes. Hand-carved bone. These are 50 cents each, everybody. Only 50 cents. You're not going to find bone tubes, I don't think, for that anymore. Unless somebody has stock like we do. 12526 is the SKU, 50 cents each. We only have these left right now. So if you like any of those, let us know. Hand-carved bone. I wish we could get more of these. But some people get freaked out about bone. I think we were talking about this before. Don't give these to a vegan. That would not be welcomed, I'm sure. We have one. This is an Indonesian carved bone skull bead. The hole goes, it's flat in the back and the hole goes top to bottom. This is $8. One of these left. This one had the most patina, which I was really surprised that it didn't sell first because I think it was one of the nicer ones in there. I like this coloring and the patina on it. So there's that. And the last one, I think, for today are these French rondelles. These are French rondelles from the early 1900s. And they're 25 cents each. French rondelles from the early 1900s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 is the SKU, 25 cents each. All right. That's my show for today. That's my show for today. A little bit shorter maybe than normal. I don't know. Let me flip this back up. Why, hello. And wind up my, there we go. So I hope you liked that. I hope you saw something you might want. Just send us an email with a screenshot if you did. It was good to chat with you all and talk about technology and, you know, the things that sometimes bother us. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of a you know, what irritates us session. Get stuff off your chest, right? And out of your mind sometimes. But I hope we didn't go too far into that. But I hope you enjoyed this. Bonnie says, thank you, William. Thank you all for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. We have some things coming up in this week and next week, so stay tuned to your emails. check your email if you haven't, and be sure to continue to check it because we'll have some emails going out here. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Being New Year's happening. A lot of you are participating in that. We've seen some beautiful things. I haven't gotten to check today, and I didn't get to check a lot last night with my other job and getting home. So getting home a little late. I stayed a little bit later, and I also went over to talk to my mom last night. We chatted for like an hour and a half, which is the longest we've chatted in a little while. So we've gotten to catch up a little bit. So I didn't get on Facebook as much yesterday and today. So tonight I plan on doing that as I'm working on some editing for some YouTube stuff and getting some of those extra things that I found out I could do on YouTube. So I'll be doing that. And but you all are making beautiful things and showing them in the group. There's an album in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group. If you've not added anything there yet, if you're still getting into the spirit of making things, you can add that to the album. Then years later, you can look back at all the things you made for Beat in the New Year 2023. So that's a good thing, I think. I think people are enjoying it. People are super excited about the book club, Inspired by Reading. Local people and people all over are so happy to be participating, I think, again in the book club. And people who didn't know we did it before are happy to have found it. So I think that's going to be an exciting thing and lots of fun to do. And then what else? I was just going to say something else and it left my brain. That happens. That happens sometimes. So, Beat in the New Year, book club. It's gone. It's gone. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you liked that video. If you have any questions, please send us an email, info@allegorygallery.com. Same way to send us a screenshot to order any of these things you saw today. Again, some of them may be in the online store, so if you want to search there first, you can. But otherwise, send us an email. I'm going to be here in the store tomorrow all day, so I will be going through any emails you send and trying to get that all together. These were a lot of little pieces here and there, so it may take me a little longer to get through them than normal, but I will work my way through them. All right. Thank you all so very much. And we will see you back here with something new tomorrow. Bye, everybody.